The first of two from Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River. Week 2 in the Arena Lacrosse League continues with Whitby SteelHawks visiting the Paris RiverWolves. Lance Wynn back at it again, working alongside JVI Productions, starting goalies. Ethan Hardwood gets a start for the SteelHawks, and at the other end, it'll be Casey Lahachie between the pipes for Paris. Officials for today's game, Kyle Coulter is a crew chief. He's working with Seb Bedoin and Brad Fennell. And our head coaches for Whitby, Ryan Degredin. His assistant is Brad Reed, and Paris, heading into his 9th season, a familiar face in Jamie Dubrick. His assistant is Chris Driscoll. So as we get set to go here, we look at these two teams. The SteelHawks 0-1. They lost 15-9 to the Timbermen last week. The Paris RiverWolves were good. 18-16 winners over the Oshawa Outlaws to pick up their first win of the season. So an 0-1, a 1-0. Both these two teams would love to collect a W here. Some notable absences for the SteelHawks. Of course, Fred Hartley, Nate Woods, Jamison Bucktooth, Nick Ferris, 4 out of the lineup. But I tell you, they'll have their hands full even though they're short. The Pfeiffer brothers are in the house, and Paris has got a full squad. We're underway here at the ILA. Paris with the first possession, though, working to the left side, back over to the right, and then behind the net, can't connect. Picked up by one of the Fife Dog crew, and they'll move it on up and into the offensive end. Devin Pfeiffer. And they'll set it up now. First look, Cole Hanrahan will zip in up the middle, trailing late. First shot of the game. Beauty bouncer finds the back of the net. And Whitby and a blink of an eye with a 1-0 lead. I think that's just a good way to start things off. A good solid overhand to get it done. Not sure who's going to get credited with the goal on that, as the angle was a little difficult from my vantage point to see a number, but the score remains the same, and we will certainly let you know. Paris has collectively played some outstanding lacrosse in their first game as Nathan Kapp, and turns it over. Chance now for the SteelHawks. Going airborne and slipping that through the 5-hole. And Whitby starts things off the way they wanted to and now have a 2-0 lead. So Devin Pfeiffer will pick up the goal, his second of the season, first of the game. And the lead now for Whitby 2. When I had a chance to speak with head coach of Paris, Jamie Dubrick, spoke about this team, of course, being a little different from teams in the past. He's, of course, had to make some adjustments, but likes the squad that he has. Good size, good speed, a good balance of experience and youth, and he's pretty optimistic about this season as possession will stay right here with the RiverWolves. The SteelHawks coaching staff and Ryan Degredin, of course, talked about balance, but more importantly about communication. When you have a lot of new guys in the lineup, you got to talk. Came in Daibo, his bouncer wide of the mark. Big Andy Campbell trying to run it down, knocks it back, but no one will pick that up. Shot clock down to 8, and a good job of stick handling and sliding that over was Robert Morgan. Finally corrals it, going to have to hurry to get it over the timeline now. They'll set things up with Dallas Clancy. He'll head off, and now the offense to work here. Quinn Hyland out there, half boards on the left side. Hyland, he'll wait or pan out there as well, as is Hanrahan, and that one floats up. Almost a good stick check. Good job. Knocked down Hyland. Chance now to turn it around in a hurry. Whitby, flip up. Stepping into one right on target, but a good save made there on a hard shot by Scott Reed. Lahachie doing a good job between the pipes so far, with the exception of that first shot. Welcome to the Arena Lacrosse League again. Good screen and roll in tight. Big save there by Ethan Harwood. Possession belongs to the RiverWolves. Fresh 20, but a strip. And ball loose, picked up by the SteelHawks. On the run. Trying to zip in, but a good job defensively by Carson Moyer to cut down the angle and leave nothing. Easy save there by Lahashi. We're going to have our first penalty of the game, and it's going to be too many on the floor, and hard to argue when play stops and there are 6 guys on the carpet. So it looks like Paris is going to have to get a man in the box. First power play of this game is going to go to the Whitby SteelHawks. Now note that the SteelHawks, falling 59 to Peterborough last week, of course, it took them a number of weeks before they lost their first game and a bit undermanned. The same could be said about today. Don't have their full roster. And those are just some of the challenges the coaches have to make when you got guys going up and down to the NLL and other obligations. So first look at the power play here for Whitby. Just 33% in the first game, and that underhand goes off a shoulder. Hanrahan, good job to track that down. Work it over to Pfeiffer. Fife or Pana. Skip, almost intercepted by Graham Bergsma. Good job. Back to Hanrahan. Pfeiffer, his sidearm stop. Fresh 20 now. Minute and a half to go in the power play. They'll reset and interchange. So Parker, Pfeiffer at the top, Devon there, and Hanrahan on the right side. Tried to go up, down, up. And a good save made there by Nahashi. And now the RiverWolves will move it up, trying to go on the attack. The good connection made, but some good defense from Clancy. And now Brown will set things up. Dawson Brown. Send it over. They'll spread the floor with 10 on the shot clock. 50 seconds left in the man short. They'll look to burn the final 5 here. And dump in the corners, Caden Merritt. Good to have him back. Flips. Well done. Whitby now will have 40 seconds here to turn something around, try to add to their 2-0 lead. So back out there right side, Fife and Hanrahan or Pana. And rolling out there is Scott Reed down on that left crease. Hanrahan. Skip it across. Move it to the top or Pana. Backhand pass, quick stick. Good job covering that angle and crease the call. 13 seconds now for Paris to burn. And they'll get it over the timeline. And Connor Scott, he'll flip and retreat. Give way now to Dylan Martin. Martin. Skip off, trailing late was Merritt. Takes a hit from behind. That's going to be an easy call. So it'll be 2 minutes for an illegal cross-check. And Paris will go to their first power play of this game. Paris was perfect with the man advantage last week. 2 power play goals. Their penalty kills at 50%, so that aspect of the game certainly rolling okay. Need to improve that. Can't do much better than 100%. So take a look. First time we see the power play unit for Paris. Work it around. Quick stick. Carrot. So Merritt is down on the crease. Jake Rosa had a big game and a quick shot there from Owen Rice. They said this young man is legit. He is, as he picks up his first of the game, comes via the power play. Paris stays perfect with the man advantage, and more importantly, it's a 2-1 game. I will have to get that first goal scorer for you. I'm not sure. I would not venture a guess. So 2-1 with under 10 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Off the draw. Good effort by Logan Holmes. Comes away with that loose ball and got Got it to Brown. Brown with a chance, gets tripped up, taken away. So good piece of defense from the SteelHawks. Now and on the run, and is Keegan Crowley. He'll give way, and now it's Orpana. Owen Orpana, keep an eye on him. Quinn Highland will swing it across over to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer back to the left side, Orpana. They'll return the favor. Give and go. Highland sliding through the middle, not able to slip that one 5-hole. Ball still loose, and that's going to be possession going to belong to Paris with just under 9 minutes to go. RiverWolves will leg it over the timeline. Notable absences of course, for the RiverWolves. They do not have their captain in Nick Ellerton. He's a Mr. Everything guy. Screen on that side. Quick shot on the bounce. So good piece of offense there, using the defender as a screen and able to work the carpet nicely is Carson Moyer. He picks up his first of the game, and we're tied at 2. Not a bad crowd on hand here for the first of our doubleheader. Of course, we want you to stick around. Peterborough Timbermen taking on the Ohsweken Bears following this one. Off the draw, another win for Nolan Kapp. He's been dominant in that circle, but possession belongs to the SteelHawks. Clancy will send it over. Big Morgan will hold on to it, and delayed penalty going to be coming to the RiverWolves. So a chance here to work the clock with the net empty for the extra attacker. They'll work that right side. And a quick shot steered up off the rafters and out of play. So second power play opportunity coming for the SteelHawks. They are 0 for 1. And that's one of the things when you haven't had your full roster. Whitby didn't have their full roster in game 1. They don't have their full roster today. So awfully hard to work on some of the specific aspects of the game that you need a lot of practice with, like your power play and defensive setup. So see a little freewheeling going on here as a power play. Hanrahan goes to the overhand. That one stopped right on. Bergsma is going to fish that out, find a spot, air it out, look for Brown, but it's picked off by Orpana. And he'll take it the other way. Orpana up the middle. His shot off the crossbar, almost fished out by Highland. And Orpana trying to get that a back-in call, but a good job there to send it down the floor and relieve some of that pressure by Dawson Brown. Minute 20 left in the man advantage. First time in the Arenalacrosseleague that the Pfeiffer brothers able to play on the same squad. Of course, Parker coming from Toronto in the offseason. Devin shot right on. So right now, Lahashi has been outstanding despite that first shot. Other than that, his team has gotten him what he needs. Kobe Lahashi, speaking of which, as the two brothers playing in the Arenalacrosseleague, their first season. Glad to have them. Paris now to work with 7 on the shot clock, trying to burn it again. Dump down low, Merritt's shovel, wide of the mark. So mission accomplished, and with 6:44 to go, that's going to take us to our first officials timeout. Back here after our officials timeout, 36 seconds remaining in the Whitby power play. We are tied at 2 here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River. Week 2 of the Arenalacrosseleague in full effect. We'll wrap it up with the second half of our doubleheader following this one. 4 p.m. start. Orpana work it across. Duck in. Pfeiffer behind the net. And the other Pfeiffer and Parker tried to ricochet that one off the back of the netminder. Didn't work now, and Lahache will get it over the timeline. 8 seconds left in the man short. Dylan Martin. They'll keep it in possession. Penalty over now. Team's back to full strength. 7 on the shot clock. All even. Dybo. Dybo's sidearm well wide of the mark. Going to play the carom. Whitby's going to have possession now. as we are under 6 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Once again, the offense out for the SteelHawks. Highland and Orpana on that left side. Hanrahan zips it across. Orpana goes to the sidearm. Another good save by Lahashi as a fresh 20. Hanrahan had a notion to duck in, kicks it out. Pfeiffer working one-on-one. Hefty on the screen, no call. Flip, Hanrahan, that's a tough one to handle. Good defense by the RiverWolves. They close it up, lose it, dying seconds though. Highland, Hanrahan late, but beauty save. Closing up the wickets. And Lahashi, you talk about the real deal. That was a heck of a save right there. Paris will counter the other way. Set up their offense now. Owen Rice. Big Andy Campbell sliding through the middle. Think better of it. Tries to duck under but loses it. And it's scooped up by the SteelHawks, and they'll move it up. Curtis Conley. And I'll have to double check that as man wide open and diving, but a big save again. So an outstanding effort by Highland back the other way, laying in that crease. So Scott Reed with a good effort. He's stymied. Paris now looking for something here. Rice. Kickoff. Merritt tried to take a little something off and find that top corner. Daibo now working one-on-one. Skip past Merritt. Quick shot right on. Harwood. He'll look for some help, and that one gets knocked down. And a good job to save it, but going to have to hurry, and it's an 8-second count. We'll give it right back to the RiverWolves. Good defensive forechecking there by Paris. And we are under 4 minutes now here in this first quarter. Daibo, isolated half boards, looking inside, and off the iron back of the pad and out. So a good save by Harwood. Crease violation, the call. Whitby now countering the other way with Orpana. Offense out for the SteelHawks, and they'll set it up. Hanrahan will swing it across. Chance for Pfeiffer. That bounce read perfectly, and we're going to have ourselves a penalty. It looks like it's going to be Connor Scott, just a little too much extra on the extra, and he'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty box and give Whitby their third power play opportunity of this game. So if I missed you, Braden McGregor, my apologies. 0 for 2 with the man advantage. SteelHawks back to it. Big overhand finish there. So keeping it simple, Parker Pfeiffer picks up his first of the game. And Whitby with a 3-2 lead. So second power play of the game. Each team has one. And I say that because when you've got teams as evenly matched as these two teams are, you ask what the difference might be. Goaltending for one and special teams the other. How well you execute with the man advantage and how well you play without. Off the draw again, the flip, but a good job on the hustle by Reed. And Bergsma, the veteran, gets it back. Graham Bergsma skips that pass across, and that one's knocked down. And the SteelHawks come away with it, and it's lofted up to Eddie Fareed. Fareed. We're under 3 minutes to go. Orpana works it on the left side. Pulls it back out, skip across. Hanrahan down on the crease, got taken down. No call on the play, incidental, and back at it. My apologies, that's McGregor, not Hanrahan, as they've made a switch. And now RiverWolves. Rice had it stripped, and good job by Morgan. He moves it up now in transition. And thinking better of it and pulling it out is Daniel Costello. Highland tiptoeing up the half boards, hesitates, reverse, kicks it back out. This time he had hand, couldn't connect. That shot right on by Justin Bragg, and now here come the RiverWolves in transition. Dybo, thread the needle right on. Ball sitting there in the dotted half circle, picked up. Here come the SteelHawks in transition. Backdoor, Pfeiffer, bouncer, stopped. So some good goaltending, end-to-end action as we hit a minute 30 left here in this first quarter. Moyer dumps it off. Dybo looking in. Was searching there, trying to connect with Moyer on the give and go. Nothing doing. Possession Moyer. Merritt kicks it back out. Dybo, 6 on the shot clock. Flip back in. Beauty pass. Nice finish right there. And Dawson Brown took a feed from Dybo, and it was a slick feed and buried it 5-hole to tie this game at 3. So just some good teamwork there. And I tell you, that pass from Dybo, a tough flip to be able to reach past the defender and flip the ball from whence he came right into the pocket of Brown and in the back of the net. Off the drop, Paris controls now. Logan Holmes, he'll leg it over the timeline. Almost dangerous flip right by that timeline, but a good job handling that by Rice. Dybo in traffic, posting up. Andy Campbell working his way, gets a bouncer off, but stopped by Harwood. He'll look up, final 40 seconds of the first quarter. On the run, SteelHawks looking for a backdoor, trying to get something late. It's scooped up though by the RiverWolves. They'll turn it back the other way. Dylan Martin doesn't have any help. 25 seconds left on the game clock. 2-second differential between the shot and game. RiverWolves will set it up here. No extra attacker. Rice tried to go far side. Good shoulder save by Harwood. Collected back front. Final 5 seconds. Merritt chased out. Can't connect. Had the notion, but Rice will eat it. We have played 15 minutes at the ILA. 3-3 the score. Set to go here for second quarter action. Very entertaining opening first quarter. And off the draw again, Paris looking to demand possession. Battle, though, as a good fight put up in there by Scott Reed, who's been all over this carpet, but the RiverWolves come away with it, and they'll move it up. One pass, no connect, still not over. Good strip by Crowley, though, and now possession belongs to Clancy, and out the back door. Sliding, or Pan tried to go off the crossbar. So great opportunity, chance now. They had Bergsma in transition, but didn't see him in time, and the RiverWolves now will move it up and into the offensive end, set things up. Good job by Brett Hansor, and they'll work it now on the right side. Stepping into one and getting a good rip was Rice. Easy save. Chance here now. Some nifty footwork to get out of trouble. And now here come the RiverWolves. Sorry, here come the SteelHawks. Good job by Zach Raymond. Impressed with that footwork. Whitby now working it around. McGregor tried to go in, ran out of real estate, and that'll be a crease violation now. Bergsma will head up, look for to advance that right out the back door. Dybo. Came in Dybo, looking one-on-one. Dybo awfully slick, keep an eye. Good pass inside, and a chance there, but in real tight was Dylan Martin. And now Harwood does a good job on the money to Morgan in the offensive end. Whitby will set things up. Parker Pfeiffer one-on-one, waits. Reed, and that's too much bounce on that ounce. Will end up off the screen, and we'll head in the other direction. Possession to Paris. Rosa floating out there on that left side. Good ducking, but a better stick check as Carson Moyer had his opportunity taken away. And now on the run, here comes Whitby. That shot right on. Easy save made there by Lahashi. And now it'll be Big Andy Reid that'll lug it up over the timeline. So end to end we go now. Pass in on a cutting. Daibo up, down, off the crossbar. So great move. Couple beauty fakes, but still coming up with iron. Slick move there, and Daibo diving, but not able to slip that one past Harwood. And Harwood again doing the job between the pipes. SteelHawks will set things up now, and they'll bring it over and jump start it with McGregor on the right side, half boards. Highland looking for a cutter. Looking out, gives it away now, and off the interception, RiverWolves going to work in transition, but a great steal there. Orpana changes the direction. Now numbers for Whitby. Orpana dumps it off. McGregor's shot. Good pad save. Lahashi up to the task. Bergsma, backdoor money. Tried to get that and got it to Rice. Rice, good job to control it. He'll swing it around, and they'll set it up with Tyler Clark. He'll flip and retreat. Offense will set things up. We're under 12 minutes to go here in the opening half. Good duck in, move, and spin, but went nowhere. Rosa met with a good stiff cross check. That skip pass doesn't find a mark. Here come the SteelHawks with numbers. Fareed has Pfeiffer with him. Fareed up, down, and in the back of the net. Seeing that a little more often now where guys are putting just a little air under there, and a good job to find the 5-hole and give Whitby a 4-3 lead. So one of the few transition goals we've seen, but Fareed had Pfeiffer with him, and there was no way you give that up. If you're Fareed, you got to take that in, take your chances with the breakaway, and a good job with a beauty finish 5-hole. Off the draw again, another good battle, and good job by Scott to retrieve that, and he'll leg it up, dump it off, retreat, and possession belongs to Paris. Looking inside tight, up, down, but Mahashi having none of that. And now Whitby will work it back for another opportunity here on offense. Highland. Half boards. He'll keep that one nice and wide, swinging around to the right side. Parker Pfeiffer. Quick skip, Orpana. Cutting through Orpana, reverses that, but gets tied up. That's going to be a penalty. So a good move on the reverse pivot by Orpana, and not a whole lot you could do except some clutch and grab. And you can see Brown the guilty party, and the call is holding. So Whitby back to the power play, 1 for 3. This will be their 4th time with the man advantage. 10.5 to go here in the second quarter. That one ringing the bell is Mr. Devin Pfeiffer. So one Fife dog to another. The dog pounds barking. More importantly, it's 5-3. Second of the game. Second power play marker of the game for Whitby. And the largest lead of the game, matched at 2. Off the draw, RiverWolves do control this time, and they'll look to move it up. They do. Daibo will dump it down to that right corner, take it back in traffic though. Rebound picked up, quick shot, find the mark. So good heads-up play. Carson Moyer wasted no time, jumped on that loose ball and able to pocket his second of the game. And a quick answer by the RiverWolves closes the gap now to 1-5-4. Just some good experience there by Moyer. Most players may have panicked and pulled it back out, maybe for a reset, but he saw the opportunity, saw that there was a bit of a screen, and used it to his advantage. Crowley dumps it inside. Trailing Orpana. Great face, dumps it in. Right there on the doorstep. Easy finish for Scott Reed off a beauty feed, and it's 6-4. That's just some good passing, and you talk about the extra pass. That's where Orpana clearly had Nahashi at his mercy, and I'm just going to check in here again and make sure, but at his mercy, and decided that he was still going to dump that ball off to Reed, and made it even easier for Reed to pocket it into the open cage. Good move here now, Chance. Great work, Parker Pfeiffer, and he is a ball hawk, I tell you that. Never stops working. You can see right there. Great acquisition for Whitby, and that's the reason why, because his effort is never in question. And ball out of play will belong to the RiverWolves. And now work it up over there into the offensive end. Rosa, he'll swing it back down and around. Left side. They'll work to two-man game. Moyer there as well. Dump it over the right. On the switch pivot and went back into the man instead of away to Dylan Martin. So that results in a crease call, and quickly Whitby up and at it again on O. Hanrahan had it, lost it, got jumped on, and that's interference. Of course, as usual, we'll have to send a shout out to Jim and Marty Hanrahan, way up in Owen Sound. Hope you are staying dry, and I know that you must have some snow up there, but we miss you. We'll see you soon. On the run now. Hansor trying to jump on it. His shot stopped. Harwood looked behind him, but the only thing there was nothing, and now Whitby will counter the other way. Under 9 minutes to go here in this second quarter. 6-4 in favor of the visitors from Whitby. Orpana let that one go. It trickles in. So Orpana this time, instead of setting things up, decides to air it out for his first. Whitby on a bit of a roll now. Largest lead of the game now. It's 7-4. Just in case you missed it, on Friday night, the Oshawa Outlaws, 13-12 winners over the defending champs from Brampton. That was at Memorial Arena in Brampton. Yesterday at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, an afternoon matinee had the home side Monarchs, 16-9 winners over the Six Nations Snipers. Here we are today. Of course, we've got Peterborough and Ohsweken to follow this one. And Morgan does a good job to flip it back. Whitby now will look to get it over the timeline. They do. Morgan, though, going to have to be careful as he gets outworked there by Moyer. And now a chance. Moyer going to the sidearm. That goes up and off the rafters. So Whitby dodges a bit of a bullet there. And now they'll go back to work to the middle. Numbers. Orpana. Good duck in. Skip. Down low. Beauty pass. Good save, though. Nahashi had to move that toe, and a great pass from Bergsma looking to connect. Wasn't able to catch Koichi Nakamura. And we're glad to see Koichi back. Had a chance to say hello to his wife and his new baby. So congratulations to him. Hanrahan. Bergsma on him. He spins off Bergsma, looks for the flip. Hanrahan still has it. 10 on the shot clock. Working it, kicks it out. Highland, good fake in, duck in, looking for someone on the roll. Can't find him. Curl, shot wide of the mark. Going to be a big carom. That's going to go all the way down. Paris going to try to run this one down. And either way, with 7:09 to play, that will take us to our officials' timeout. Back at it here after our officials' timeout. RiverWolves will inbounds and go to work on the offensive end here, trailing by 3. Dybo, skip across. Campbell, man on him. Has a stick check, but not enough to take it away. Rice, another skip, tried to play that carom, went wide. Morgan almost had it taken away, and he did. So good job by Campbell as he reached over one big man to another, and Paris has regained possession here, and it's Dybo swinging across. Moyer got a step hesitation, diving, and crease the call. Remember, not allowed to touch it. Dybo goes airborne, and he finds the mark. So Dybo saw that crease dive from Dylan Martin, decided to take it up a notch, and he gets a big one for Paris now. It's 7-5. First of the game for Dybo, 6th of the season. He had a big game in a losing cause last week with 5 goals. We're under 6.5 to play, and the lead for the SteelHawks is 2. Again, off the draw, another outstanding job by Cap. Possession belongs to Paris, and chance for Merritt. Merritt tried to zip that off the boards. Great hands to play that carom and retain possession. RiverWolves with a chance here. Merritt. They're going to need a little something more from Merritt, too, as he's one of the offensive threats, but that defense there was just too good. Chance now scooting forward, and on the run is Crowley, and a chance for Arpana stop, retrieved though by Pfeiffer. And good heads-up play by Arpana, knows he went through the crease, can't touch it. And now Paris. Moyer. Campbell's quick shot, steered aside. Another good check there by Campbell. Campbell doing a good job forechecking. Gets possession back for Paris. Moyer pinned up. Gets it out. Dybo's going to scamper to some open carpet and swing it around. Reset now with Campbell. Campbell had a man down low. Moyer, and tried to go to the short side, but that was taken away now. And here Whitby will counter the other way. Josh Sweet, he'll retreat and give way now. Parker Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer takes a check, has it taken away, but still has possession. Pfeiffer, 8 on the shot clock. Gets it back, working with Hanrahan. Pfeiffer shot right on, tried to go 5-hole, but stick right there, and a good save made by Lahashi, and now set up for Paris, and it's Rice. Rice and Campbell. He'll work the 2-man game. Screen comes, and that's going to be a penalty. And there'd be no reason to argue that one. That's a high stick call to Dylan Martin. And Whitby will go to the power play one more time. Those are the kind of things, I mean, yeah, certainly accidental, no doubt. So you can see high sticking the call with 4:22 to play here in this first half. Whitby 2 for 4 with the man advantage, as they'll be looking to extend this lead. So the usual suspects out there, and Pfeiffer, and Hanrahan on the right, or Pana Highland on the left. Pfeiffer scoots out, dumps it down. Hanrahan down low, good quick stick, but angle covered nicely. And Paris now will look to get it over the timeline. They do, dump it in the corner, and a good job by Rice to go get it. So they, with 1.5 minutes to play in the man short, they'll look to kill this 30 and then play some defense, as Rice will go for a trot. Ducking in, Rice backhand try wide of the mark, ball loose. Good job by Devin Pfeiffer to get on that. Now the dog pound will get together and go at it again with just over a minute. Chance or pan on the doorstep. He's stopped, though. Good shoulder save made there by Lahashi. McGregor out there. Now on that right crease. Orpana looking to gap that box. Looking for an opening. Pfeiffer. That shot steered aside. Fresh 20 here for Whitby. Just under 40 seconds left in the power play. Under 3 minutes to go here in the half. Everyone getting a touch. 10 on the shot clock. Orpana the chance. And he bulges the twine one more time. Owen Orpana with his second goal of this game extends the lead now to 8-5 for Whitby. And for a team that struggled in their first game, just playing their second game of the season together, they have looked very effective with 3 power play goals here in this first half. Off the draw again, another outstanding job by Cap. Going to be interesting to see. I mean, Mitch Gustafson, who formerly of the Paris RiverWolves, one of the best face-off men in the league. Not with the team, but a good job by Cap to fill that void. Daibo, 7 on the shot clock. Rice skips it, and that one rang off the post and picked right back up again on the reset. So they're going to check, but it's a play on because it caught the iron, so there should have been a reset, and that was the call. And trying to get that out of the crease just enough. Good forechecking, though. And a chance here with a man wide open. They dumped that down the floor to relieve the pressure. That would be the hockey equivalent of icing the puck without the call. And now here comes Cody Martin. Martin will flip. Merritt now to work. Rosa looking for a screen. Trying to duck back in. Shed a defender. Tucks it in. Goes to the overhand. Just wide. And chance now. Beauty job. And it's Pfeiffer. In alone. Fake tried to go back there, but a good save made by Lahashi. And a good move by Devin Pfeiffer. But not good enough to find the back of the net. RiverWolves now. Campbell leaning in, fakes that pass, tries to use his size, and he is. Good work out there. Merritt will tee in one, looking for that top corner, can't find it. Daibo, Karam, no reset. 10 on the shot clock, and that's an interference call, and that'll go the other way. We're into the final minute, first half here at the ILA. Whitby now with possession, leading by 3. Pfeiffer looking inside, hiding on the doorstep for the finish. So great job, and you see what Parker Pfeiffer brings to the table, draws the defense, and standing wide open was Quinn Highland for the easy finish, his first of the game. The lead now 9-5, 41 seconds remaining here in the second. So as shaky as Whitby may have looked, scoring only 9 goals last week, they've already matched that total in the first 30 minutes of this game. Off the draw, Cap. Dump off. Paris looking for a quick answer. Cutting around. Moyer. Twister stop. Gets his own rebound. He'll pull it back out now, and they'll do a reset. Good effort by Moyer. Daibo looking in, give and go up the middle, wide open, and an outstanding finish there. Dylan Martin sliding through the middle to pick up his first of the game. So a big goal for Paris comes with 20 seconds left in the half, and on a well-executed play in the offensive end. And hats off to Jamie Dubrick, Chris Driscoll, as it was executed the way they designed that. 9-6. Late in the second quarter. Off the draw again. No answer for Cap, and quick win and timeout for Paris with 17.5 to go. Quick break. We'll be back. Back here for the final 17 seconds of this opening half, and it'll be Paris with the final possession. They will let the clock wind down. It's at 10 right now. Go to work here. Behind the net. Dunk attempt, try, and it's a good one. So once again, drawn up perfectly by the coaching staff of the RiverWolves. And a big goal at the right time comes from Carson Moyer, his third. And it's a 9-7 game with 5 seconds left here in the second. So hats off to Paris doing what they're supposed to do. I spoke about some of the challenges of being undermanned by the SteelHawks. RiverWolves not at full capacity either, but certainly, and again off the draw, Cap, and that'll get tossed up, and 30 minutes have flown on by. An entertaining first half, 9-7 in favor of the SteelHawks. Ready, set for second half action as the Whitby SteelHawks lead the Paris RiverWolves 9-7 here after the opening 30 minutes. Whitby looking for their first win of the season. Paris looking to extend their winning streak to 2. And off the draw this time, Cap doesn't come away with it as they make a change and throw Scott Reed in that circle. And Whitby now has possession. Reed looking to tee up. Pfeiffer will reset, and now they'll let the rest of the offense filter out. So a 2-goal lead for Whitby now, and it's Pfeiffer going to work on the right side. Gets the screen, bumps. Good cross check. Good defense there as he gets harassed behind the net now to his brother. That one right on. Good stop made there by Lahashi, and now Paris will look to work it up into the offensive end. They do with Daibo. Daibo working on that side with Owen Rice. Give and go, gone and went. No chance for Merritt to run that down. Big Andy Campbell does with 8 on the shot clock. Zips that down. Going to get a chance here again to let it go. They do right on as Moyer's shot right in the armpit of Ethan Harwood. And now Whitby will move it the other way. Highland working the half boards now on the left side, looking for a screen, working with Orpana. Highland. No openings. Good defense by the RiverWolves. Highland skips that one up, looking for a cutter and Hanrahan. Couldn't connect. Bergsma picks it up now. Here come the RiverWolves. Full flight. In transition. Pass over, but he was covered, and tough decision by LeBout. As Matt LeBout almost tried to thread that one in there, but RiverWolves regain possession now, and they'll work with 10 on the shot clock. Martin leaning in. They close that up on Merritt. Merritt chasing it down, but the shot clock's going to wind down, and possession will belong to Whitby. Another good defensive stance by the SteelHawks as they tighten their D here in this third quarter. Hanrahan looking to dump that in, but it gets picked off. And now countering the other way is a veteran in Cam Mancini. Mancini will flip it high. Campbell run under it. Bounce off one. Go to the sidearm. Good save there by Harwood. Andy Campbell doing a good job. He really uses his size to his advantage. And he's had a few opportunities here in this game. Orpana gets a step. Drives the crowd. Able to hang on to that. Can't do anything with the screen from Pfeiffer, and that's going to be an interference call on the takedown. And possession now will belong, and I believe it's going to be a slashing call. Looks like it may go to Connor Scott. That is the case. So sometimes you think you're getting away with something, but with 3 guys wearing the stripes, good call by Kyle Coulter, the crew chief. So slashing the call. Whitby back to the power play. 3 for 5 with the man advantage. Paris has only had 1 power play opportunity in this game. And Pfeiffer, Hanrahan, Orpana, Highland, stepping in, that shot wide. Retrieved. And Pfeiffer again, rebound, Pfeiffer, off the post. Chance here again, dump down low, almost a tic-tac, but there was no toe. Highland on the shovel out. Plenty of time in the shot clock. Orpana, they're going to gap that box, look for an opening. Slide over to the right side, get a screen. Pfeiffer to Pfeiffer, dump in, back in, looking for Hanrahan on the finish, and it scoots into the crease. And that's just one of those cases where these guys need to spend a little more time together, that's all. And you can see this Whitby team around week 10, week 11, they're going to be awfully tough. Dybo takes a whack, dumps it down low. Rosa's been quiet in this game. His shot right on. And Whitby now with just under a minute to go in the power play. So they'll go at it one more time. Usual suspects out there. This time McGregor will slide to that right side. Pfeiffer! That's a good underhand right there and a beauty finish. It's 10-7. Another power play goal, 3rd of the game for Parker Pfeiffer. And it just goes to show you give a good team an opportunity in a power play and they will eventually make you pay. And 4 of the team's 10 goals have come via the extra man for Whitby, and this time a good adjustment made as Scott Reed wins 2 faceoffs in a row. Gets hounded down though and tracked down by Logan Holmes, and good job by Paris to get possession. Zip down into the corner. Rice. He'll slide it. Dybo will work it from the top. They'll keep it on the right. We're under 10.5 to go. Rice looking to swim his way closer. Looks for the flip. Dybo, sidearm wide. Rebound Moyer. Kicks it back out. 5 in the shot clock. Through a crowd. Stopped though by Harwood. And he'll look to make a good outlet pass. Zips it down the length and working to Pfeiffer. Good job to track that down. Morgan will provide some relief on a good job and the benefits of having a goaltender that can throw the ball well. Highland gets a step. Bergsma there to help. They'll both jump on Highland. Try to take that away. They do. Good job by Graham Bergsma. Paris now in some trouble, though. Going to be some work to split the double team. That's not going to be the work they need, and possession will go right back to Whitby with just over 9.5 to play here in the third. Orpana. He gets hounded. Kick it back out. Reed ducks in, bounces off one, goes to the backhand. That goes off the pipe and stays out. A fresh 20 here for Whitby. Good job by McGregor attacking. Gets it out. Pfeiffer's shot. Was looking for something around the 5-hole, but nothing doing there. And now Paris will look to move it up. And an 8-second count. So Lahashi not able to get the numbers and get it over across in that 8-second time slot. So a violation will give it right back to Whitby. Hanrahan. Swing around Orpana. And another interference call. Too much on the screen. Gives possession right back. And now Brown's going to move it up for the RiverWolves. Curls back in and then out has Merritt. Merritt trailing on the play. He'll survey, skips it across to Dybo. Dybo again go to the sidearm, but ill-advised as that shot never even was close to finding the net. Josh Sweet was looking inside to Pfeiffer and not able to get it. Nakamura doesn't have the numbers, has Campbell with him, but he'll flip, head to the bench now, and they'll set things up with Owen Rice. Under 8 minutes to go here in the third. Rice trailing out late. Campbell gets it back. Merritt. Rice puts on the break. 6 on the shot clock. His shot. Good pad save made there by Harwood. And now Crowley's going to move it up. One pass, and they'll set things up in the offensive end. Late is Reed. Pfeiffer. He gets chased down and knocked down. It's retrieved, though, and another good piece of defensive work by Paris as they close that up nicely. And they'd like an interference call, but they'll get it as possession should belong to the RiverWolves. But with 7:07 to go, we will head to our officials' timeout. As the RiverWolves will inbounds and work it around the horn to the left side. Looking inside and a beauty pass, but Harwood. Great job to stick up that left arm and take that opportunity away. And you can see Dylan Martin's had a few chances and some good forechecking. 8-second count will keep it right here in the offensive end for Paris. Dybo. Dybo gets a step, curls out. He'll look, and they'll go top to the left. Campbell and Merritt. Merritt in tight. Backhand try wide of the mark. Rebound up. Dybo fishes it out, and no reset. I thought it should be a 20-second reset, but nothing doing. Chance here as taking it strong, but defensively, that one got closed off. Good helping hand as Moyer. Or Panna now with a step on Scott. Scott, good cross check to take that away, and now they'll reset at the top with Pfeiffer. Working with Hanrahan, skip across Highland. Highland waiting for a screen. Gets one, can't beat the second defender. Flips it, tough one to McGregor. And ball loose. Good fight, interference the call, and it looks like Connor Scott will make that frequent trip to the penalty box as he heads there for the second time in this game. I think an illegal cross-check going to be the call, and this will be the 7th power play opportunity for the SteelHawks. So if Jamie Dubrick and company want to assess where they are as far as reviewing tape, first things first, stay out of the penalty box. 4 for 6 with the man advantage. That's how efficient the SteelHawks have been in this game. And they'll go back to the number 1 unit. Pfeiffer to Pfeiffer. Or Panna. That one blocked, goes right to Pfeiffer down low. Hanrahan had to twist as he had already filtered around to the wrong stick side. And now a quick pass ahead to Brown. Under 5.5 to go here in the third. Just want to remind you, following this game, the Peterborough Timbermen are in town to take on the Ohsweken Bears. Timbermen 1-0, Bears 1-0. Rice, backhand pass was looking on the backdoor cut for Rosa. Couldn't connect, and now it will belong to the SteelHawks with 1:11 to go in their power play. Pfeiffer. Everyone will get a touch here. Pfeiffer will duck in and go crossbar to back of the net. Parker Pfeiffer fourth goal of the game. Once again, that's the fifth via the power play, and it's now 11-8. So if you talk about the difference in this game, it really has just been discipline. 5-on-5, these two teams are very evenly matched, but when you throw the power plays into the equation, you see a clear advantage. Off the draw, this time Cap gets it, looking to attack, and I do have to say that the RiverWolves are going to need a little something more from Caden Merritt. He's been awfully quiet in this game. Now working on that left side, Daibo coming out late. Daibo gets a screen, looking backhand, no one there. Moyer will bail him out. 8 on the shot clock. Got to go to work here. Moyer one-on-one, draws a crowd. Ducks past one. Merritt, his shot can't find its way through the D. And now possession belongs to Whitby. They'll move it up. 4 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Rowan Kelly coughs it up. Chance now, RiverWolves. And an easy save made there by Harwood. And I only say easy because he made it look easy. Lahashi again with a golden opportunity to change the way this one's flowing. And a duck in. Nice move there. Shovel on the money. Great save there by Lahashi. Now a reset of 20 for the SteelHawks. Looking inside Orpana. Wrong stick side. Kicks it back. And that's the extra pass and the beauty finish. So a nice job of sharing the ball by the SteelHawks results in another goal. And this time, one more time, it's Parker Pfeiffer who is lighting the lamp on the regular. And it's usually him that is doing the delivering. This time he's the recipient. And it's a 12-7 game. So largest lead now of 5 belongs to the SteelHawks. Paris, good job to get it over the timeline, but it gets sent back the other way, and now almost close to too many men. Luckily, Andy Campbell touched it within the box. And Whitby now dominating here. As with 3 minutes left, they have not allowed Paris to score in this quarter. Hanrahan, flip back. Pfeiffer, duck in. Has Hanrahan, ducks back in again. Gets knocked down, and it'll be possession to Whitby, 20 to work with. Hanrahan got some room, and good sidearm, was stopped. And now Lahashi able to get that up, and this time Paris gets it over, and Merritt. So Campbell drawing a crowd down there as they skip it across to Rice. Rice from way out. Bouncer almost trickled in. Good job, and that's what happens when you get a little help from your friends. And a good job back there to take that one away. So shot clocks have not working at the moment. They'll be reset shortly. Either way, manual count it is. RiverWolves. Morgan hounding Moyer. Trying to get a step. Took a hit in midair. And that was a hard hit from Morgan, who is I'll say not an XL. He's a 3X. And now lugging it up and over the timelines, Rowan Kelly. So good job by Rowan Kelly. Pfeiffer has Hanrahan in full flight. Hanrahan shovel back Orpana. His shot stopped. Bergsma will pick it up, quick outlet, and the RiverWolves in flight. Bounce shot, too much on it as LeBoot. And a late hit will send someone to the box here. And that's the thing, even though a guy's taking a shot, you can't take a good hard hit and take him out afterwards. And So it is an illegal cross-checking call. Hayden Thompson, the guilty party, in Paris with 1:12 to go, will get their second look at a power play in this game. Tough when you come to try to do a game and the staff's all trying to rough you up and get an advantage and things, and even though they don't work, it's a whole big thing here. So luckily lacrosse is going on and no one's in trouble as the Paris power play, seldom seen it looks like, and a chance here. And a beauty finish as the big man utilizing his long arm of the law, and Andy Campbell. Second power play goal, first of the game for Campbell. Paris 2 for 2 with the man advantage. 51.5 seconds to go here in the third. So Paris, first goal of this quarter for Paris, as they have been outscored right now 3-1. And off the draw, 45 seconds left. Cap controls that. And now a quick pass up into the offensive end to Daibo. Daibo, Farid all over him. Daibo will wait for that final offensive player. Game clock at 30. Moyer has an opening. Moyer, late stick check though. So a good job now, and SteelHawks will look to move it up quick. And with 15 seconds on the game clock, bouncer goes off the netminder, will stay right here. So that will give Whitby a chance to get their offensive unit out there with 11 seconds to play. They do, trailing. Pfeiffer's shot, bullet wide. Tries to get the rebound, Highland bails them out. 5 seconds left. That shot, nothing doing as the RiverWolves hold tight. We have played 3 quarters, 12-8, SteelHawks. All ready for the fourth quarter in a 4-goal lead for the SteelHawks. So right now this is anybody's ball game. What's been a well-played opening 3 quarters. Off the draw, Cap continued to dominate. Nathan Cap trying to establish himself as one of the best face-off men in this league. We're only in week 2. We'll see how that goes. RiverWolves on offense. That shot from way out, peppered and right on. Still sits there and floating around the crease. So Scott Reed took a little exception. Owen Rice hovering, and maybe a roughing call here. It could very well be a check it in the crease call, and so judging by the slow walk, the penalty is going to go to the RiverWolves. So that is the call, and tell you think the arena staff is just here to keep things running, but they provide stats too. Another power play opportunity for the Whitby SteelHawks. So first unit out there, you know who they are, and they'll go around the horn here. And a good attempt as Highland was going to slide that to Hanrahan for the quick stick, and that pass goes awry. So Merry Christmas as Paris gives it right back to Whitby, and they'll go get it over the timeline. Daibo being the hound out there, but a chance now to set things up for Whitby. So Pfeiffer, or Panna. And that one, good stick check. Bergsma tried to flip it up ahead, but he got checked, double teamed, and finally the RiverWolves come away with it. Good job by Hansors. That ball just popped up, but they closed off nicely. Good defensive rotation to close the door. Less than a minute left in the man short. Moyer, he goes hard overhand, right off the chest protector, and follows it up with a good hard check, but the SteelHawks counter the other way and fight for over the timeline. They'll set things up. Final 40 seconds of this power play. They have been deadly with the man advantage. 5 power play goals in this game. And looking for more here. Fife to Fife. Shots. Good save there. And now on the run. Here comes Brown. Backdoor, too many. And you could count that and see that. And guys always argue after the fact, but if you looked when the whistle was blown, clearly 6 were on the floor, and that 6th player was not within the box. So Paris making it difficult to mount any kind of comeback. With 23 seconds left in the first penalty, they will be down again. Now, we had a situation, of course, in a game yesterday with the Snipers and the Monarchs, and talk about the number of penalties and how things sometimes become lopsided. As you can see, safety played on the 5-on-3. Whitby will look to capitalize with 8 seconds left in the first penalty. And Highland on the board with his second. So that'll round the number even to 6 power play goals in this game. In Saturday's game, there was 11 straight penalties that went to the Six Nations Snipers. And in one of those situations, you look here and you see the SteelHawks. They have 9 power plays to 2. And I think that a lot has to do with discipline, not so much about officiating. Officials are supposed to call everything they see, whenever they see it. And going to be a delayed penalty that's going to go to Whitby, so that's going to nullify the final minute 20 of this power play. And we got a chip, and we also got too many on the floor. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to have going on here. But I seen a whole lot of guys on. Wasn't sure if we were watching football or lacrosse. That's how many guys were on the floor. And the officials are going to get together here. So the initial penalty was going to go to Whitby. Don't know if the too many men call is going to be on Paris for jumping early, knowing that it was a delayed penalty. So Hayden Thompson heads to the penalty box. So too many on Paris, and then the penalty call on the SteelHawks. So there does have to, someone else has to get in the penalty box, I believe, for Paris. And that is the case. So as quickly as the RiverWolves were about to pull even, they will eventually be killing a penalty here as we get things sorted out with the shot clock and the game clock. And don't get me wrong, when I make comments about the Arenalacrosseleague staff, it's purely in jest. We wouldn't be able to play our games and have a league without the help of the volunteers and workers here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. They are outstanding and have been as we head into Season 9 of the Arenalacrosseleague. So it looks like we've got a 5-on-4 situation here. And it looks like that'll be the case for a minute 19, and Whitby will go back to work here with the man advantage. They'll go now, plenty of time in the shot clock. Fife to Fife. Orpana has an opening. Good overhand, but that's wide of the mark. Ball floats up there, hangs around, still laying on the carpet, picked up, and now the RiverWolves have numbers. They have a 2-on-1 if they want it. Hansor. And he'll pull it back out. I'm not so sure they shouldn't have went for that there, as Hansor thought better of it. Working, though, with Lahachi, and when you're a defensive guy, you certainly don't want to overstep. On the cut, Daibo, but a good save on a good read by Hardwood. And now Whitby will counter with just 20 seconds left in a man advantage. Pfeiffer swinging across and stepping into that underhand, but well wide of the mark was Reed. Retrieved, and now Pfeiffer. Orpana ducks in, picks the corner on the short side. Beauty finish by Owen Orpana. It is not a power play goal, but they will take it nonetheless, his third of the game. And it's 15-8. So Paris, it was tied at 3 after 1, 9-7 Whitby at the half. Whitby added 3 more and outscored Paris 3-1, 12-8 heading into this fourth. And we're sitting at 15-8 right now with just under 11 minutes to play here in the fourth. Off the draw, Cap back to his winning ways. And they'll swing it around, and Holmes going to have to hurry here as Morgan chopped down a tree, a forest, and then got the ball. Clancy, good job to get it up. No look pass, back door. Highland, though, tried to slide that one coolly into the far corner, but missed just wide. Whitby, though, tracking down the loose balls. 10 on the shot clock. Pfeiffer leaning in. And behind the net, Highland. Highland's going to scoot around, has room. Good save there. And a violation, but that ball was loose, picked up, and it's going to be 20 more for the SteelHawks, and Pfeiffer teed it up from point blank. And Nahashi able to make the save. Airs one out, but it ends up netminder to netminder and back the other way. Come to SteelHawks. Under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth. Whitby in control, looking for their first win of the season. Reed, McGregor on the fly. That one stopped, though, by Lahachi. Now, interference, a call, no call, and Paris, backdoor opportunity here. Chance now, and a finish in transition for Dylan Martin to pick up his second of the game. So with just under 9.5 to play, a big goal for Paris. Closes the gap now to 6. So remember, this is the fastest game on 2 feet. So with over 9 minutes to go, that is an eternity. Off the draw, Cap the man. Gets it through, and now split in the middle is Cap, dumps it over. Chance for Paris, almost give and go, and it's going to turn into an opportunity for the SteelHawks. Pfeiffer, jumping out late, Orpana, nothing doing there. And Pfeiffer will work the half boards and keep it on the right side. Gets a step, interference the call, and it'll go the other way. And a chance, but again, Harwood has been outstanding between the pipes, closing the door on the Paris offense. Screen late, McGregor. Pass across, hard shot from Morgan right on. Scooped up by Bergsma. He's on the run, again looking back door on the money, Daibo. Daibo in, floating Rice. That one up, down, couldn't get a whole lot on it. Good try by Rice, but Again, not able to do a whole lot to find the back of the net. Now Mancini. He gets worked over. Brown provides some assistance, and they'll set it up now on the half boards flip with Merritt. Merritt looking for something, hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity. They might need to move him from the crease to the shooter, but in the meantime, between time, a great passing play. RiverWolves with 2 straight to get back in this one. Dylan Martin adding to his total now. That's his 3rd of the game, and it's 14-10 with just under 8 to go. We saw this on Friday night, Oshawa and Brampton. Oshawa led by quite a few, but Brampton went on a full 4-goal spurt. Now, Oshawa was able to hang on 13-12, but put a little scare in the Outlaws, and now back the other way. Here come the SteelHawks. Got to keep the foot on the gas pedal here. Pfeiffer takes a good cross check there as he gets worked over. Gets a screen now on the roll. Handy Hanrahan, his twister, nothing doing, had no roll, but not allowed to check when a guy's on the floor. And possession belongs to Paris. So Paris has scored on their last 2 possessions here. Looking to keep things going, put together a run. That pass inside. Shot! And it almost trickled through, but Harwood reached back and snatched it before it went over the goal line. Whitby over the timeline. Costello, he'll retreat now, and it'll be Pfeiffer. Fife to Fife. Big overhand. Easy save. And under 7 minutes to go. That will take us to our final officials timeout. Back here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River. Just under 7 minutes left in the first of 2. Here, our second game will feature the Peterborough Timbermen and the Ohsweken Bears. Both teams looking to up their record to 2-0. In the meantime, between time, RiverWolves trying to put another run together here. They've back-to-back. Campbell and tight. Tried to go over the top off the crossbar. Rebound to Whitby, and they'll move it up in a hurry, Crowley. But he'll think better of it. Pull it to the half boards. Wait for the offense. And this is where, and the time now where Whitby needs to be deliberate on offense, work the clock, and get a good high percentage shot. Hanrahan. Reed goes in. Good save. Reed's going to track down that loose ball. Fresh 20 now for Whitby. They'll work it back. McGregor, give and go, looking inside. Not sure who that was to, but overrunning it. And the speed out there with Hanrahan and McGregor. Or bad pass, though, and this time Mancini gets it. He flips, working with Bergsma. Bergsma over the timeline. We're at the 6-minute mark. Paris with a chance to counter here. Trailing by 4. Bergsma will stay out there on offense. Behind the net. That one goes all right. Moyer, quick shot right on. And a fresh 20. Reset. Rice off a defender and into the stands for a 20-second reset here. And they'll go at it again on offense. Merritt shot almost slipped through the 5-hole, but a good job there by Harwood to close up shop. And now Morgan over the timeline. He'll dump it off, and Pfeiffer now will take command. Parker Pfeiffer, he has been outstanding. First season with Whitby. Waltzes in, and that one, you talk creative. All he did was land before that ball crossed the line, and you could tell Lahashi just got enough of it to slow it down enough so that was a crease and not a goal. So a little luck goes in favor of the RiverWolves, and now back at it, bullet. 3 straight for Paris as Jake Rosa on the board for the first time, comes at a good time, 14-11. So you talk about a game of runs, and usually you associate that with basketball, but the same in lacrosse. So 3 straight for Paris with just under 5 minutes to play has cut the deficit to 3 and put the pressure now on the Whitby SteelHawks, who have been quiet in the last few minutes. Off the draw, Paris controls with Cap, so into the offensive end. They'll set things up in a hurry. Rice. Work it across. Rosa. Backhand pass in tight to Merritt, and good defensive play there. And now a bullet almost on the money, on the run. Regrouped and a good save. So good pass ahead to Rowan Kelly. And I like the fact he took it strong, had the opportunity, but wasn't able to beat Lahachi. Daibo. Daibo's shot, and that went off his own man. I think that caught Owen Rice. And Rice, I'm sure, wasn't trying to make a save. SteelHawks set things up. Time on their side now. They'll kick it back out. Got to continue, though, to attack. Can't play keep away. We all know what happens there. Pfeiffer. Good skip pass. Reed dump back to the other side, but that's defended well. Mancini and a pass ahead. If Moyer could catch up to it, Moyer scoop and couldn't do anything with it. So Harwood will counter the other way and get it to Morgan. Highland will swing it. They'll slow it up with Fife. Pfeiffer will wait. He's got hand with him. They'll fake the screen rollout, spread the floor. Highland. Bergsma chasing. Dump down Orpana. Give and go inside. Bouncer wide. Rebound Orpana. No reset. No reset again. And possession to Paris. 3:14 to play. Brown. Rosa. Gets it up top. Big shot from Rice. Right on. And Harwood there to smother that rebound. And now a chance here for Whitby to move it up. They will, under 3 minutes to go. Fourth quarter. 14-11. Pfeiffer. And that's going to be a late penalty, and that's just too much. As Owen Rice is going to head to the penalty box, but Whitby's going to work that all the way down. Pfeiffer will take that long shot, and with under 2.5 to go, an interference call, and not sure why you would compound that, but it was just a poor decision on Rice's part, that penalty. And he took the opposing player right out, and interference the call. Lucky he didn't get teed up again by crew chief Kyle Coulter, but so that's going to make things a little difficult as far as the comeback goes for Paris. We'll see what Whitby does here. So 2-minute penalty and just under 2.5 minutes to go. 3-goal lead for Whitby. Pfeiffer, Hanrahan, Orpana, and Reed on the interchange. Stepping in right into that dotted half circle is Pfeiffer. No one does it better. Orpana. He'll step into one. That one knocked down, so good play defensively. And instead, it's rebounds picked up and a chance here as Devin Pfeiffer working, and it goes up. Airborne tried to tuck it, and we're going to have a penalty here. And that's an illegal cross-check that sent Reed flying. And Paris now is going to be 2 down with 1:54 to play. Kobe Lahashi, the guilty party. So I'm not sure there was much Lahashi could have done. He got beat clearly by Reed, and Reed took off. He gave him an extra push, and now if you're Whitby, I'm not even sure you really need to do a whole lot of attacking. You can work it in tight, get a good shot off. try to execute here. These are the things you work towards the next game. 10 on the shot clock. Hanrahan, he's going to take that. That bouncer stopped again. Good job to track it down for 20 more. Minute and a half to play in the game. Orpana, underhand. Brown, going to have to go for a run here. He's got Hanser. They might as well jump in the rush. Might as well. Hanser, his bounce shot wide. Ricochets back the other way. And now Whitby will get it over the timeline. They'll hold it up and pull it out with a minute to play now in this game. Orpana, no look. Hanrahan, this time in tight again. A bit snake bitten is Handy Hanrahan today as he caught the iron on the post on that one. Bergsma, backdoor. Daibo with room. Lets it go. Heyman Daibo unleashed the deadly underhand. And with 39 seconds left, it's 14-12. So a short-handed goal. First one surrendered by the SteelHawks in this game. Just the second for Daibo here. Off the draw. Cap gets it out. Moyer diving and running it off the post. That sure would have made things interesting. And now Pfeiffer at the other end. And he puts this one to crease the call. So again, casual is casual. And timeout going to be called by Jamie Dubrick in Paris with 24.2 seconds left. We'll catch our breath. We'll be right back. So 24 seconds left, net empty at the Paris end for the extra attacker. Trailing by 2 goals. Boy, if Carson Moyer had to park that one, that sure would have made things thrilling. But either way, so it's got to be inbounds all the way down in the Paris end. They got to go the length of the carpet. And they're going to use one of their speedsters and Owen Rice. Rice, one pass up ahead. Daibo collects it. 15 on the game clock. Swing around to the left side. Moyer gets a screen. Moyer doesn't have room. 10 on the game clock. Moyer dumps it off. They can't connect. And Harwood with it, and he'll let that go for the net, let it go wide. And that is going to do it. 14-12, the final. The Whitby SteelHawks pick up their first win of the season. They even their record at 1-1. The Paris RiverWolves fall for the first time. They are 1-1 as well. That'll do it for us. Game 1, Game 2 to follow. Peterborough Timbermen, Oshwegan Bears to follow this one. Stick around. Our Player of the Game interview, and then we'll be back with more Arena Lacrosse League action. I'm here with our Arena Lacrosse League Player of the Game, Parker Pfeiffer. Outstanding performance. Now, before I get to you, I've got to talk a little bit about last week, a little bit of a slow start, although I know you're a bit undermanned. You got to be happy with the way you sort of felt about today. You seem to put things together.
Yeah, definitely feels nice to get one in the win column to start the year off. Last year was a little rough. We had some guys who weren't signed up or hadn't gone through the correct registration yet, so we were definitely short bench, and then having a couple guys go down early, myself included. It was nice to have a full team out there for 60 minutes and kind of get everyone familiar with each other and get the ball swinging.
Well, now we talk about your power play. You guys had 6 power play goals today. That's usually one of the hardest things to get going on when you're trying to get some guys together. How did you feel about the way your power play unit looked out there today?
Our power play was good today. We definitely put the ball in the net when we had our opportunities. There was a couple times we were being a little pretty with it where we could have jammed the ball in the net a little bit more, but we definitely had the advantage on the power plays, and we buried them on them.
Now, let me ask you, first time in the Arena Lacrosse League, you're able to play with your bro. That's got to be something good. How do you feel about your new team, and how do you feel about, being alongside with your brother?
Yeah, always different getting into new threads. Toronto was fantastic to me, and sad to leave them, but it's great to put on the Whitby threads. Been a Whitby product my whole entire life, so good to get the Whitby jersey on and play with the family and a lot of the guys we play in the summer with.
The Dog Pound barking one more time. Parker Pfeiffer, Arena Lacrosse League Player of the Game.